superstar. Hey, good morning and grand rising to you and also you. I am Star Tina, and can you feel the excitement in my voice? It's because it's Monday. It's because I am here with you, and I want to welcome each and every one of you to the number one, let me repeat, the number one morning show. We are here in Clubhouse Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. Yes, 5 a.m. Eastern. You want to get up, you want to rise, you want to grind, you want to feel amazing. And if you're in this space right now, I need you to do me a huge favor. I need us to start sharing out this room in the hallways. If you're watching me on Facebook, if you're watching me on LinkedIn or YouTube, let's share it out, because it is our God duty to change the world, to make this place a better place. And whenever you come here with us, we are going to motivate you. We're going to educate you, and then we're going to inspire you. We're going to inspire you to be the best you that you can possibly be. So I just want to get started and say good morning to a few people in the building. I'm going to start right here at the bottom. Good morning, Texas Pete, my honey. I see Shakiba. I see Maya, Sophia, Chi-Chi, Ashani, Paul, Ryan. Hello, hello. Welcome to the house. Let's share it out. I also see Dr. Emerald. Hello, Dr. Emerald. Good morning to you. Tracy, Regina, Renee, Carla, Don, Andy, Renee, Tony, Jean, Bella, DeBella, Kim Fra, who always says hello to everyone. And then our wonderful host today, Dora, Maria, Christina, Dr. Jeannie, and Mary Lynn. Welcome, welcome. And of course, the beautiful Maria, who just entered the room. Welcome. I'm going to check here in the chat. Christina's always saying good morning. And of course, we want to share out the room. And why do we want to do this, family? Because when you come in here, as I said, we're going to change the atmosphere. We're going to change the energy. So I want everyone to just unmic. Yes, I know you might still be laying in bed. You're like, Tina, stop it, stop it, stop it. I want you to unmic, and I want you to repeat after me. I'm going to say, okay, you're not repeating, you're just saying. I'm going to say, think big. And I want you to repeat, and I want you to say times 10. Get the little that deep morning voice, because when you wake up in the morning, you got that deep voice. If Bella's in the building, not Bella, Baps, she'll be like, yeah, that's a morning voice. But I want us to get it going. I'm going to say, think big times 10. Because I don't know about you, but when I think about my future, when I think about what God has set up for me, I just get super excited. So I want us to think big times 10. So open up those mics. Come on, Maryland. Come on, Dr. Gina, Christina, Tony, unmic, Glendina, Maria, unmic, Pete. Here we go. Think big. Okay, maybe I have to turn the volume up on my phone. Yeah, that helps, because that sounded super weak. One more time. Think big. Okay, we're getting better. I'm going to come back to this in a second. I see Ashco Creations came through the building. So if you did not know, I am Star Tina. I'm here every single Monday, 5 a.m. to kick in the doors, to bring you all the motivation and excitement today. And of course, we're having a party today. We're having a party. We're going to listen to some music. We're going to get lit. And today, I want to talk to you about your voice. I want to talk to you about your tribe. And with that, it's all about public speaking, because no matter what you do, you have to use your voice, right? But again, I just want to say good morning, Mindy. Hey, girl. Hey, Jackie. I love to start my segments off with, how was your weekend? So Kartek, Shakiba, Maya, Danielle, if you're able to unmic, but also make your way up to the stage, because everyone has a seat at the table. That's what I love about this place. Glenn Lundy has made this an amazing community for each and every one of us. When you come into this space, your life will change forever. The way you start your day is just going to make everything wonderful, 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 wonderful. So unmic, let me hear how your weekend was. What was the highlight of your weekend? Unmic, let me hear.
I'm going to share. Go ahead, Marilyn. Okay, well, for those of you who know Monica, Richie, I always get it wrong, even though I know how to say it. As one of the moderators, she came and stayed with me this weekend. And it's not the first time I met Monica, but it's the first time we stayed together all weekend. She just came for a day before, and we went around town. And Tina, guess what? We went down to the airport. We got some.
I'm screaming. Sorry.
Just a mile from my house, so we went there. We had lunch, and we got some videos, so I can do a little, video promotion stuff. And we sat and watched some airplanes taking off and just connecting with people off the app. We always say it, it's just crazy, but it's never like a first meeting. It's always a reunion. So it was awesome.
Love it. Who else? Who else? Speak up.
Stars Tina, it's Jackie.
Hey, Jackie.
Hey, would you believe yesterday I got to see my mother-in-law? Now, I know that mightn't sound good to some people, but she's 88 and haven't seen her in a while because I was out of the country for a lot of this year. And it was just such a lovely, lovely family time. And I think we really have to make the most of these opportunities when we get them. So that was my lovely part of the weekend.
Thank you so much for that, Jackie. I'm looking for your face because I can't seem to find it, but I will. Oh, there she is. There's beautiful Jackie. And Jackie, I did the same thing this weekend, except you said your mother-in-law?
Yes, my mother-in-law.
Yes, yes. We took, I guess you can call her my mother-in-law, to the beach. And she's 88 years old. And it just amazed me. And it was like, you know how you get lemons? God just loves throwing lemons at me. It's like lemon, 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 lemon. And this weekend was very, very important to me. I'll share it a little later. And I had plans in my head. And of course, my guy had different plans. And we ended up at the beach. And I was like, okay, Tina, turn this around. And her energy, Jackie, and her soul, I was like, wow. She was so happy, so joyous just to put her feet in the sand, just to touch the water. And sometimes we forget about the seniors. And if you have a senior in your life that is 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever, reach out to them. I just thank you for sharing that, Jackie. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to get started today on our topic, talking about your voice and your tribe, but everyone's going to get some tips today that's going to change your life. So make sure you share out the room. Can you put some T's in the chat, a T and a star, if you've ever heard of something called Toastmasters? Has anyone ever heard of that? Toastmasters? If you did not know, it's a club, it's a group. I'm sure Dora Maria has more information because she's been in it longer than me, but she actually supported me in really jumping into it. And I joined Toastmasters about November or December, and they have these contests once a year, and they're the International Speech Contest. And if you know anything about Tina, she loves challenges. She loves very hard stuff. So in my club, they said, we're having a contest. And I thought it was just the club. So I did the club level and I won that. And I kept advancing and advancing and advancing. So I know what it is. District 1 Toastmasters first place. I went all the way to California. Got this beautiful trophy here. And yesterday, they had Saturday, they had the international contest in the Bahamas. And Lisa Nichols was there. Renee, can you send me that picture so I can change my link? And you know how they say your vibe is your tribe, right? And I wanted to have a special guest today that was here in the Bahamas who actually had a conversation with Lisa Nichols and videotaped and pictures and all that wonderful stuff because she's one of my favorite motivational speakers. So today I'm going to give you some tips from her. But first, let me see who's heard of Toastmasters. Crystal said good morning. Tracy's heard of it. Dr. Jeannie, of course, Dora Maria, Ashley, Maria, Bella. Okay. I love it. So you've heard of Toastmasters. It's absolutely changed my life, the people that I've met. So one of my mentors in Toastmasters, his name is Tracy Baker. He's an amazing speaker. And it's funny, I was saying, you got to get a picture with Lisa, you got to get a picture. And he got a picture with her and he spoke to her, but she's Lisa Nichols. She's pretty amazing, right? And he said he spoke to her and he said, there's this woman named Tina Wilson and blah, 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 blah. Can you do a video for her? And she said, sure, later. But of course, later never came. But in my mind, Lisa Nichols was talking to me. So I do want to share some tips that she gave that were just like game changer, game changer, game changer. So man, Toastmasters in the house. Woo, woo. Yes, we rock, we rock. So if you have a pen and paper, write this down. The first thing I want you to write is your voice, your tribe. And if you see the link at the top, I'm having another masterclass this weekend because Lisa Nichols inspired me. Toastmasters inspired me in regards to elevating your business. I usually don't work on Sundays, but Saturday was the Toastmasters contest and I didn't want anything disturbing me. I wanted to be focused. I wanted to be in it. I wanted to hear the speeches and even though I was not in the Bahamas, I was in the Bahamas this weekend. The speakers were amazing, but my point is I did a master class yesterday and can I say Tina is good. Like, not Tina, God. My God is amazing. He came through the screen. I got to have intimate conversation with Dr. Emerald, who's in the building. She's going to chat with us a little later. But the masterclass yesterday really showed me that we have to push just a little, not much, a little bit harder. And like I said, I normally don't do things on Sunday, but this was an exception, and it changed the world. It changed the trajectory. So right now we're talking about your voice in your tribe. So if you have a pen and paper, this is from Lisa Nichols. Are you ready? Are you ready? On mic, make some noise, make an emoji. Can I see some emojis if you're ready? Okay. I heard one woo. Can I see some emojis? Can I see something? Who's ready for me?
Let's go.
Thank you, Christina. Okay, because that's her first tip, guys. Her first tip is audience participation. If anyone knows Lisa Nichols, and Renee, you cannot reply, on mic and tell me what she is best known for saying. It's 2 words, 2 of the same words. Does anyone know those 2 words that Lisa Nichols is known for saying?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you. Yes. And I was going to play the clip, but there's other clips I want to play later. And she said the reason why she has you say yes twice is because the first yes is, yes, you hear me. But the second yes, that second yes is coming deep from inside your soul. And you're like, yes, I want this. So do you want to be amazing? Yes. Do you want to win? Yes. Do you want an amazing future? Yes. And she did this over and over again, and she did her hand movements. And it's all about audience participation. So you want to find something that's your niche, that's your thing. All right. You may hear me say different things. On mic, like you may hear me say different things like think big. Thank you. Why are you guys making Christina and Mary Lynn do all the work up in here? Come on, guys. They do a lot already. On mic, Crystal, Mary Kim, Peter. I said Pastor. I got my glasses on. Natasha, Mindy. Think big. Thank you. So when you're doing yay, thank you. You're making me smile. You guys know how to make me smile this morning. And again, if you want to see me, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, I'm there right now. My guests are coming through. But the first tip that Lisa Nichols gave was audience participation. You want people to feel as if they're a part of the conversation. The second tip that she gave, okay, I have to get my glasses. So this is a little phrase, and Renee may write it in the chat. It's something to help with the conversation. And there was a time in my life when I felt like I wasn't enough. And we all have the tendency to feel this way. Have you ever felt this way before? Anyone? Yeah. Thank you. So that is a Lisa Nichols thing. You notice how I got the audience to participate. You want them to become a part of the conversation. So the first line is, there was a time when, and then you fill in that after part. So I'm going to pick on someone right now. Veronica, I'm picking on you. She's like, uh-oh. I'm adding you to the stream. So this is going to be a little participation. There was a time when, go.
There was a time where I thought that I was not deserving of the blessings that God has been trying to give me.
I love that.
I realized I'll be holding other people back if I don't fulfill my full.
I love it. Next sentence. We have a tendency to. So the first line you said was, there was a time when, and you said,
we have a tendency to limit ourselves. We have a tendency to limit ourselves for knowing. I think it's deep inside. We know spiritually what we're truly capable of.
I love it. And then the last line, have you ever
given up right when you were at the finish line?
Woo! Straight from Lisa Nichols. Do you see how simple that is? Who else would like to give this a shot? I'll repeat it again, and I want to hear from someone I've never heard from before. Maybe it's Crystal, maybe it's Peeper. Natasha, would you like to join in the conversation, or Linnell? What we're doing is we're doing a little practice of audience participation from Lisa Nichols. The first line is, there was a time when, you're going to fill it in. The second one is, we have a tendency to, and then you're closing it out, have you ever? Who would like to join in on this little practice participation this morning?
Hey, Tina, it's Ashley.
Hey, Ashley. Oh, she didn't want to come on screen with me today. So Ashley is part of our tribe, and she's actually joined Toastmasters. And when I first joined Toastmasters, guys, I was just in one club. Now I go to like 3 or 4 meetings a week, and I'm dragging Ashley with me. So Ashley, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I am ready.
Oh, okay. There was a time when, go.
There was a time when I believe people didn't understand my business.
We have a tendency to.
We have a tendency not believe in ourselves to believe that we can elevate.
Woo! Have you ever?
Have I ever believed in myself to promote my business more?
Try it again. Have you ever? So the purpose of this third line is to get the audience to feel what you're saying. So let's start again from the top. There was a time when.
There was a time where I didn't believe my business would elevate.
Beautiful. We have a tendency to.
We have the tendency to not believe in ourselves.
Love you. Have you ever?
Have.
You. Have you? You're talking to the audience. Have you ever?
Have I ever?
You. Have you ever?
Have you ever not believed in yourself to build upon what you've created?
Yes. So do you see how with that last line you brought us all in? Anyone? What was that last line you said? Have you ever? What was that again, Ashley?
Believe in yourself to elevate.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that. Do you feel the difference in that?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh gosh, there you go with that ma'am thing. Actually, while I have you here speaking, we're talking about Toastmasters and Lisa and how amazing she is. I think you've been in the Toastmasters field with me for a month or 2, maybe 3. What would you say you like about it? Because people don't stay in areas that they don't like, right? Well, sometimes they do, but what would you say you like or you've learned most from being in Toastmasters?
So I like Toastmasters due to the fact that it allowed me to not say in all the filler words. That's the one thing I love about it. The one thing I learned about Toastmasters is to have that pregnant pause. Have a pregnant pause. I stayed in this space because I wanted to have more master class and I wanted to speak. I'm not saying I didn't speak good. I wanted to be better. I wanted to elevate myself. So that's what I love about Toastmasters.
I love it. And I do see a huge difference. Thank you. All right. So there's one more thing that Lisa shared. If you're just coming to the space right now, good morning, Ramon. And Ramon is a part of NSA. That's my next thing that I'm going for, guys. We're talking about Toastmasters, the international contest that was this weekend, which was amazing. A woman from New Jersey won. Woo, woo. And
Good morning, Gina.
Hey.
I was late to the event. Good morning.
That's okay. You're here. We're glad to have you. And the woman who won, she was from New Jersey. And pretty much it's all about telling a story. If you ever hear one of my favorite speakers, Marcus Black, say it's about sharing a story, right? Also keeping it simple. There were some amazing speakers that spoke this weekend, but if you're sharing too many points, which I tend to do sometimes, if you're all over the place, people get confused, they get lost. And the winner kept it very simple. She talked about her doing a triathlon. Pretty simple, right? And she explained it. She had some humor in there. I realized I have to add a little more humor to my stuff, you know, if I plan on winning next year. But that's super important. Another person, wow, they call him pastor or whatever his name was, I guess because he's a pastor. And his speech was amazing. But again, a little too much stuff. All right, so the last thing that Lisa Nichols shared was me, we, and you. So when you're speaking, and Ramon, if you can remember, I remember a few months ago, you had mentioned something you heard and we wrote it down somewhere and I don't know where it is, but it was like a few certain words that you had to say whenever we're speaking to help us out. When you're speaking, you know, you want to talk about me, talk about yourself, and then bring the we into it, into the conversation, and then the you. This definitely helps, again, to make people feel as if they're a part of the conversation, not as if they're just sitting there. And lastly, give them permission. You know, some people don't know what to do. I forgot who I was speaking with. And we were saying, you know, sometimes you're in a room and people don't know what to say. They're just there. So you have to give them permission to speak. hate to put you on the spot, Ramon, but do you remember that great thing you told us a while ago? You're always telling us good stuff.
I do not remember the exact words, but I know the time period. I understand the context you're saying. I forgot who it was from. It was from a guy. I know what you're saying. It'll come back when I'm in the shower, so I may go back in the shower real quick before your episode's over. I know what you're talking about. Yes, I just forgot the exact wording he said, but it'll come back to mind.
Awesome, awesome. And our elephant in the room, Renee, she might remember because you know she remembers everything. So Renee, before I get to you, Toastmasters again. Renee joined Toastmasters with me, but before Toastmasters, her voice was gone. I'm not going to say it was totally gone. Public speaking was very challenging for her. And if you see, there's a link at the top because this weekend on Saturday, I'm doing a masterclass with all the wonderfulness that I've learned. And when I met Renee, in my mind, I'm like, why doesn't she talk? And when I say, I mean, she could talk, but I mean, like really express herself. And again, we have to peel away that onion, right? Public speaking is so important. If you want to have better relationships, if you want a promotion at your job, if you want to feel good, right? If you can't express how you're feeling, it's not a cool thing. And then guess what, guys? It gets even deeper because once you're able to speak, because I can speak very well, but then you got that EI stuff. If Dr. Dale was in the building, I'd be talking about emotional intelligence. Woo! It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So Renee, I would love for you to share your thoughts on Toastmasters, your concept, you know, because you've been in and you have a speech, and you know what it is, guys? Challenging yourself. As I said, each week I'm doing different speeches. Renee says, Tina, I'm doing 2 speeches this week. I'm like, okay, because like I said, we're just in all the clubs. But Renee, share your thoughts.
So you're exactly right. What Toastmasters in this community has done for me is give me an environment where I feel safe and not judged to open up my mouth and speak and not be afraid. For so many years, I was basically suppressed from speaking for fear that something was going to happen. And when I realized that I could let down my guard and just open up and tell my story in a safe place, I have become more comfortable.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm the person that's going to say, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Now, is there anyone, maybe it's Coach, welcome to the room, Coach, make sure you join the house, Janet, Katsuhiri, Bazil. I know some of you may be in bed, some of you may be moving around. Welcome to the room, Seti and Nepsu. Is there anyone, I see the wants to speak to us, the enabler. I'm bringing you up to the stage because my goal is to let you know that we all have a voice. We all have a seat at the table. The enabler, what would you like to share with us today, Mama? And I love your photo there. Where are you from? Talk to me.
I'm from Nigeria.
Screaming! I'm sorry, I cut you off. Say that again.
I'm in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. You know, before COVID, I saw the Toastmasters program on television, and I was very enthused about it. A few years later, I moved to Abuja, and I was invited to a Toastmaster event. After I attended that event, I spoke and I won, you know, a card that invited me to the gala night. I went and I was like overwhelmed. I said I was going to join the Toastmasters because I knew I needed Toastmasters in my life. So then happened and we had a shutdown, and then I forgot about Toastmasters. And then I went into life coaching, and that's what I'm doing right now. But at this point in time in my life, I met Izu. Some of us here know Izu, and Izu is a Toastmaster, and he's a TEDx curator.
Woo, woo!
So my communication with him has told me that and convinced me that I should join the Toastmasters. And then here you are today, talking about Toastmasters. I know that it's something I definitely need. And the exercise that you just put out reminded me of a part of NLP that we call meta models. And I'm so excited. And I'm going to be Toastmaster very soon. I use identity and talent coach.
Yeah. Yes. Do you guys hear that? Do you see why this space is so amazing? We are speaking to someone all the way in Nigeria. And guess what, guys? I was actually in a Toastmasters group virtually in, I think it was Nigeria or Ghana. I don't know, because like I told you, my coach, he's in every club all over the world. And it's amazing. So I want to hear from Susanna and my mother. Again, it's all about uplifting your voice to make yourself sound better. And Susanna, I met her in Toastmasters. She's joined our tribe. Susanna, tell us a little bit about your Toastmasters journey, what you like about it, how public speaking has changed your life. If you're able to speak, unmic Susanna Cabrera.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Susanna Cabrera, and I joined Toastmasters back in December. I am an entrepreneur. I'm starting my own business, and I definitely need all the skills that I could require with speaking. And I also want to make sure that I am a Latina. I am originally from Mexico, and it is very important that I pass this on to someone else, that they're able to dream. So my dream with speaking is to be able to inspire others and to have Latino women see themselves and be able to dream big. That is what I want to make sure I pass it on. And the dreaming, yes, it could be scary, but I want everyone to know, like, you could definitely do this. If you see yourself stuck, if you see yourself in any way, I want to be able to vocalize, like, you can do this. And that's the reason why I joined Toastmasters, to perfection that beautiful tool that we all have. My voice, the way I speak, to be able to connect with others. And I've been with Toastmasters since then. My journey has been amazing. They do have this thing called Pathways, which is a structured program where you have to write your speeches, present your speeches, and that's what my journey has been with Toastmasters. That's where I met Tina. And Toastmasters has been a way where you can connect also with people that are on the same journey, they're on the same path. And I've been to Clubhouse before, and I wasn't able to connect it to a room where I felt like, oh, there's a lot of great rooms in Clubhouse, but if you don't find the one, you kind of like pop in and then pop out, because I wasn't able to connect before this. And now that I met Tina, she brought me to this room, Breakfast with Champions, and I've heard so many of you guys speak, and I can relate to you, and I can feel the motivation. I feel inspired. And that is the beauty of networking, being able to show up in rooms where you get motivated. And I'm so happy I met Tina. I'm so blessed that I have all of you now, and I hear you all talk, and it's been a great journey just to be here in this room. And that was through Toastmasters that I got here.
Tina.
Yes.
This is Ramon. Are you live?
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. I just wanted to ask Susanna, just a curiosity, Susanna, and welcome to. How do you know it's the room has changed, Susanna, versus how do you know you haven't changed and the rooms have stayed the same? I was just curious, because Tina's a strong person, and I sometimes wonder, is it that the friends that we thought we couldn't be around changed, that helped us to interact with the same friends differently? I was just curious, Susanna. Can you jump on that more if Tina doesn't mind?
I think it's a combination of both. Number one, having relatable people that I've seen Tina on Zoom. I haven't met her personally, but I have seen her on Zoom, and you hear people's stories, you get to know them, you think you know them, and that's how I like being able with somebody that you know in the room, and having that particular connection in the room. And then after hearing all your speak, so I haven't met none of you, but I heard your stories, and yes, and probably also, like I said, it's a combination of both, me changing, me being able to see myself in a different way, because it takes you to visualize yourself in a different way to know you belong, and you belong in the room. And like I mentioned, it's a combination of both.
Great question, Ramon. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Susanna, you had me close to tears, girlfriend. It seems like whenever I speak lately, I just get so emotional in the ground. And, you know, we have to give advice to people. I'm like, bring your camera up. And she's grown so much. And let me tell you guys, she's hosting her first in-person and virtual event next month. When she first, we had our conversation, our discovery call. I remember I was on the train headed to South Carolina, and I said, okay, what do you want to do? And she said, I love the way your community gets together and supports one another and lifts each other up and pushes each other through. And maybe I was in my head, I thought she was talking about shooting stars, elite stars. I was like, hey, she likes the way we get down. No. When she said community, she meant the Black race. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about it. You know how she was talking about different businesses in her area. And you were, if you want to continue, Susanna, with, you know, so I don't botch up what you were saying, you were talking about your community. I don't want to mess it up. Would you like to share, please?
Definitely, Tina. Thank you so much. And at the moment, I thought it was the African American community, but to my surprise, it is not. Because the way Tina has been able to bring different women together, and it's not just a particular, it's just the spaces where you're putting yourself in. And all of you are very willing to share. You have shared some amazing tips. And it's not, I thought it was, you know, because you meet Tina and all the women showing up in the room. We were African Americans, and we have Renee, which is, of course, and then you see it wasn't the race, because you have so many women coming together. It's not a particular race, it's a particular person, a person that's willing to pour into your cup, to give you advice, to support you. And that's what I was like craving, being around people like that, because unfortunately the circle that I'm running in, I was surrounded by, I would share my dreams, and there's like, oh, it's too high. And why? They couldn't understand me. It was just too much, or what? And I couldn't feel supported by them. And I thought it was a thing of race, but it wasn't. It's a person, it's a supporting group.
Thank you, Susanna, as she's on her way to the gym. And guys, she's in California, so she's 3 hours ahead of us. I was like, Susanna, you want to come through? She's like, yes. Why? Because your vibe is your tribe. If you want to go to the next level, you have to get yourself a little uncomfortable. I hear someone on mic, and Janice, all the way in Bermuda. Are you speaking with us, Mama? I know you're with Toastmasters as well. Good morning.
Yes, I just wanted to affirm, just using our voices. As you said with Toastmasters, it is so important for us to just use our voice, share a message, because there is someone out there that needs what we have. And I think sometimes we get caught up with fear. Sometimes we don't know exactly where to start. But as a good friend of mine always says, start now, start simple. So thank you for bringing attention to this today, to our voices, and for also ensuring that you give us the opportunity to speak. Thank you so much, Tina.
Yay! And I met Janice in real life. I heard her talking to Ramon one morning about doing an event next year in Bermuda. And my family's from Bermuda, and I was like, hey, Janice, I'm coming to Bermuda. You want to do an event together? And we did a retreat with my daughter. Can you say love wonderful? And then check this out, guys. Her and my daughter did another retreat in August. So again, about sharing your voice and uplifting other people. We have one more person. Mommy, if you're able to share, because it's for the seniors, guys. This space, Breakfast with Champions, as Susanna said, all races, all colors, all sizes, all ages. And my mother, from being around, has not only taught classes, Silver Stars, but now she's doing public speaking. Mommy, would you like to share really quickly what you've gotten out of Toastmasters? Because yes, I threw my mother in Toastmasters as well.
Good morning. I really can't see you. I'm driving, and I can't get it to connect to the car, so I really can't hear you. So I'm not really able to participate this morning.
All righty. Well, that's okay. She's trying hard, but to communicate, because she sees me on Zoom. But my mother actually got an opportunity to do public speaking. She talks a lot. I guess that's where I get it from, right? And she was at her chiropractor, and her chiropractor said, wow, I have someone I want you to meet. And when I went to visit her, she went to different senior citizens facilities and did her little shtick about getting fit and moving. So I have a special guest for you guys. Are you ready for the special guest today? Make some noise if you're ready for the special guest.
Yes.
Are you ready? All right, because I'm missing someone. Am I the only one missing Glenn these days? Am I the only one?
No, you're not.
Woo woo! So yesterday, last night, as I was preparing, good morning, Maurice, for the show, and I went on the Glenn Lundy website. Guys, it's game changer. It's wonderful. I was like, oh my gosh, my Glenn. You realize you don't miss something until it's gone. Am I the only one like that? As we spoke earlier in the beginning, like about meeting up with the seniors, you don't miss something until it's gone, and I'm missing my Glenn Lundy. But today, we are talking about your voice and your vibe. Who am I? So I had the great honor and privilege of being in another contest. I don't remember when it was, but Grant Cardone had a contest called the Great Speak Off. And if you are a part of Grant Cardone's world, you're getting an email every day. You're getting a phone call every day. And he had a virtual contest. It was in person, but at the end, he had some virtual ones. Is my girl Angelina in the building? Because I got to share this. I said it yesterday in my masterclass. So again, Tina loves speeches. You had to give a 2 minutes, actually, I think it was a 1 minute speech, whatever. And then they announced the winners. So I'm on my screen and I see Angeline's name pop up. And this was before Angeline started really speaking. So I'm looking on the screen and I'm like, what is she doing up there? And then I saw Glenn Lundy's name come up and I'm like, it's thousands of people auditioning virtually. I was like, oh my gosh, Glenn Lundy. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, is my name ever gonna pop up? And then my name came. I'm like, yay! So we all got gold tickets. Now, Angeline and I, we didn't make it to the next level, but that's okay. Glenn Lundy got to the next level and he had to go to Florida first, I believe, or somewhere. And I said to myself, we were all here on Clubhouse and we were in the room. Brielle she was on Clubhouse and we're screaming and we're shouting and we're screaming. And I said to myself, if Glenn wins, I'm going to Vegas to support him. That's just how my mind works. It's like I see something, I feel it, it's happening. I had no idea how I was going to go, guys. Grant Cardone tickets, they're pretty expensive, right? But I said, I'm gonna make it happen. You visualize it, you make it happen. So you want to make a clear plan of what you want in your life. You have to be specific. If you want to do something, write it down. Visualization is so important. Right up there, it goes deeper than a vision board. And if you know, I'm the vision board queen, but you have to actually see it. You have to feel it. And I think everything that Glenn has done, he's seen it and he's felt it ahead of time. But then you have to prepare. Preparation is key. He did not become that amazing by staying in bed till 5 o'clock, till 6 o'clock in the morning. No. He gets up, you hear him at 3:20. I get excited when I get up at 4. I'm like, hey, woo, woo. I give myself a pat on the back. I'm like, hey, I'm up early. But for years, he has been putting in the work. So if you had the opportunity to listen to his speech, it was like a minute. It was actually 2 minutes in Vegas. I was there. And Mindy, I don't know if Mindy's here on stage. My girl Mindy, again, in-person events. They are game changers. Last year, I met Mindy at an event in Kentucky. It was not Kentucky. It was the place with the horses. Mindy, are you on stage to help me out? Because I'm getting a brain freeze.
Yes, Nashville.
Thank you, Mama. I met her in Nashville. And I'm that person that's going to talk to someone who's probably sitting by themselves. They're off to the side. And I'm going to just pull you in. Say, get in, join the party. So I met her there. And then we went to Vegas. She came to Vegas with me. So before I play this little clip, Mindy, share your experience of Breakfast with Champions. And guys, she's even done some stuff with Lolita. So can you share with the people in the room so they can share the room out about your experience about being here in Breakfast with Champions? And everyone that's here, we have a Facebook group. Did you know that? I would love for you to join the Facebook group because all this inspiration you're getting right here, you can get any time of day. If you're ever feeling sad or defeated or you can't do something, go to that Facebook group. But Mindy, share with us what Breakfast with Champions has done for you.
Thank you so much, Tina. You know, you're exactly right. When I was hearing about Glenn's experience with Grant Cardone's contest, I felt the same way. I was like, you know, if he gets to the finish line, I'm going to be there. I'm going to cheer him on. And I started to envision it, and the same thing happened. And then I met you, and then you know, we talked about going to the event together and linking up, and things just fell into place, and that was just an amazing experience. And so that goes to show that who you surround yourself makes a difference, and also what Tina was saying, the commitment to get up early and to do all the things, you know, making sure that you're committed to whatever your routine is, so that you're accomplishing the things that you've decided are in your habits. And like Tina was saying with the speaking, that makes such a difference. And that's what Breakfast with Champions has really done for me. There are so many people in here that are walking out the walk, that not only are saying the things that they're doing, but they are consistent. They are doing what they're saying that they're doing, and setting the example. And that's what really Breakfast with Champions has done for me. And starting with Glenn, and with Ramon and Dora and Christina, and just Mary Lynn and you, and it just keeps on going. And I'm so encouraged by all of it. And to be there at the event with Glenn was just icing on the top of the cake. It was just amazing.
Woo, woo. So I'm going to play a video, but Mindy, first I want to say congratulations. I think you have beat Carla. Congratulations. What am I talking about? You've won the award for the most ums and ahs in 2 minutes. I love you, Mindy. No one else found that funny? Like, really? Okay. Because I'm usually picking on Carla. It's like, but anyway, so as I mentioned, I have a special guest. If you want to watch it, you can tune in. And let's just say at the contest, I asked, Mindy's an artist, and I said, let's get a sign. Do we have any soccer moms, cheer moms, football moms that support their kids, pageant moms? Okay, and you have these signs during the competitions and the noisemakers. So I let me tell you guys, I looked like a freak there. The camera people and security were chasing me down. I said, Mindy, print out these posters. Anyway, I'm going to play the video. Watch live. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go.
Let's go. Let's go. Sorry. Amazing. Look at his face. Mike Kino actually started talking about that. Hey, Glenn? So that's the cue. That's amazing. Mindy. You guys are something else. Hey, that wasn't me. Yes. This is better. Thank you.
And then next, it's crazy because each one of my babies has been born with lighter and lighter skin tones. It's nuts, right? It's crazy. I've got a 7-year-old. She's got blonde hair and blue eyes. I looked over at my wife. I'm like, honey, is that the Amazon baby? He said, Amazon baby. I said, I've been traveling a lot. The Amazon guy's been here every single day. Is this the Amazon baby? My wife was like, nah, honey, you're just running out of time. For real, seriously. My dad is black, my mom is white. They got divorced when I was 11 years old. My dad was black, he married a black woman. My mom, who's white, remarried a black dude. Then all 4 of them decided to move into the same exact apartment complex, just 2 doors down from each other. Crazy way to grow up, right? So I had an all black house and an all white house. And when I say all black and all white, I mean every stereotype that you can think of existed in those 2 houses. Dad's house was loud, sports on TV. We was eating fried chicken, watermelon, drinking Kool-Aid, listening to Motown music and hip hop. Over at Mom's house, it was country music, rock and roll. She would like sit on the couch, listening to show tunes. It was crazy, right? But growing up in the middle, I had an issue because I couldn't figure out my identity. My skin was too dark to be considered white. It was too light to be considered black. I had no idea who I was. So I became a chameleon. When I was with black people, I was black. When I was with white people, I was white. When I was with cowboys, I was a cowboy. When I was with gangsters, I was a gangster. I was everything on the outside for everyone else because I had no idea who I was on the inside. Who are you? Woo! Not your financial status, not your political beliefs, not your skin color. Who are you? Do me a favor, close your eyes right now. Follow me. Just repeat after me. Say, who am I?
Who am I?
How you answer that question will determine the rest of your life. You see, Grant Cardone has always believed that he's a billionaire baller with the smoking hot wife who's brilliant. He's always believed that. And how did I know? Because I've been following his cocky ass since 1999. Dude was 5'2", selling VHS tapes out of the trunk of his car. But he walked around like he was 10 feet tall and bulletproof. His identity on the outside became his reality. His identity on the inside became his reality on the outside. And the same is true for you. I'm Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 8, and the greatest speaker in America. Who are you?
It's all about who are you. Write in the chat, who are you? As you said, not your financial status. But who are you? How are you going to change that?
I think there's some tears in Grant's eyes. I know there is in Stormy's. That was unbelievable. I was actually worried about you. I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't want to pass what just came out before you, but you killed it. That was incredible, incredible. I mean, journey, story, followed you. Who are you? Very powerful, very powerful.
You know, I was a little scared for you because the speakers prior to you were great. But like you made me think. You made me think. And I know that that's what everybody in this room, at one point or another in their life, they deal with an identity crisis. And I just want to tell you, incredible job. You made me think about who am I. I know for a fact that one of the reasons why I am who I am today because I had a rich dad and a hustling mom. So I saw the best of both worlds. I saw what it was like in the streets, and I saw what it was like to go to work. And you made me think about who I am. So amazing job. I'm emotional right now, and thank you. Thank you.
Great speeches take you on a ride. They take you on a destination, and they know a theme. You said the theme at the beginning, you said it in the middle, and you said it at the end. So, who am I? And it didn't make sense till the middle when you got to the identity. And now all of a sudden, everybody could resonate. First off, bro, you knocked it out of the park. You did an incredible job. And I'm just taking wisdom from Grant because, you know, Grant told me in the semifinals I'm a little soft and I don't give feedback. I got to give you a little bit of feedback. It took you about 90 seconds to get to the piece that moves my heart so much. Like, I think you could have taken 15 or 20 seconds less to get to that like intense Glenn. So go back and watch it. I promise you, you're going to see that at the 90-second mark, I began to see the energy and the dynamic of this table, like leaning in. That's the biggest mistake people don't do when they speak. They don't pay attention to the audience.
You're overanalyzing now, man.
I'm overanalyzing?
100%.
I'm just telling you, it was really good.
Second, Mark.
Look.
No.
Okay, let let you speak, but I wanted to say again, I'm battling Pete today. I don't know why, because I want you as an ally. But I like, I have this actress background, and so we look at beats and acts like the quarters in the Super Bowl, and I like that it didn't come out and stay there. I like that it builds and there's a crescendo and then there's a moment. And the last piece that I wanted to say that this speech did for me is you made me want to be a spiritual being. You transcended. It wasn't about white. It's not about black. It's about who is your spirit. And you made me want to be a better and bigger person.
And I told these guys before we came in, I said I would not want to be Glenn right now. You got two speakers to me of the three that went that either one of those people could have won this thing already. You took me on a completely different adventure. You made me look at this black-white thing that we got going on in this country that's being antagonized and fueled to separate people, and you had me looking at who am I? Like, you had me, not fitting in my life, trying to become somebody else, compromising my identity, trying to get everybody to like me. Like, you literally did something nobody else did here today, which is a very, very important issue in this country and around the world. And you brought me, you literally, I'm over here with tears in my eyes, listening to you, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you, finding your message inside yourself and then figuring out how to craft that to tell it here. So, great job.
Stormy in this gorgeous dress. But would anyone like to share their thoughts? I know some people that are here on stage were there. And again, changing the world. Who are you? Who am I? Anyone want to share?
Hey, good morning, Tina, Tracy.
Hey, girl, hey!
Hey, Tina, I actually had a virtual ticket, and I was able to watch virtually, and I saw the fans you all held up. I thought that was amazing that you did that. But yes, that Glenn speech was so powerful. He came out slamming right out the gate. I mean, it was incredible, and how he engaged the audience, was also incredible. It was an amazing experience, and I'm so glad I had a chance to watch the whole event virtually.
Yes, thank you so much. Welcome to the room, Kimberly. And guys, Tracy here. I actually met Tracy in Kentucky when we went to the Grow for God conference when Glenn had us out there 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning running around, which is great. Anyone else want to share their thoughts on the topic? Today, we are talking about your voice and your vibe, how important it is to share your thoughts of when you're growing your business. Anyone else want to share their thoughts on this? If so, on mic.
Real quick, Tina, I also did get a chance to share that I'm a Toastmaster, and I've been in Toastmasters for 5 years, and I got to catch a little bit of Lisa Nichols' speech at the convention, and she took people to church at the end. It was incredible.
I agree, and I actually, I'm going to post my picture here. Who else wants to share? If so, on mic, let me hear you. If not, I'm just going to round us out. I'm changing my picture right here if you guys want to see, because my girl Renee is thebomb.com. Just refresh the screen. You see Tracy Baker, that's my coach and mentor. And then you see Lisa Nichols, and that's me right next to them in the Bahamas. Because it's all about visualization, right? And my goal is next year to be on stage with her or be in her presence. So it's all about making those goals, making those dreams reality, and pushing yourself to be a little bit more uncomfortable. So if you're in this space today,
I'd like to speak.
Go for it. Thank you.
Thank you. This is Anessa. I'm a writer and an author of a book called More Than a Miracle. Okay, it's my son's journey through a liver transplant from infancy and the success story behind it. Because of this challenge I faced, and the rest of my family, I wrote that book. And that journey was what led me into what I do today, which is to be an enabler as an identity and talent for purpose coach. I have various mediums of using my voice to enhance my work. And one of those is where I am right now. The Breakfast with Champions is a platform that has changed my life. It's one that comes easy to me because I don't need to dress up. I don't need to drive. I don't even need to get up from my bed. I just connect. And I'm speaking to people around the world because I have a voice. And because I discovered my voice, I have not stopped talking. I have another medium. Through the WhatsApp, I share what I do. Through the various channels like Facebook, Instagram, I share my work. But above all, I created my own community in this platform called Clubhouse. And it's called the Enabled Community. And I bring people, amazing people, every Wednesday to speak on their own transformation journey. Their journey into business, their journey of success, their challenges, and people grow from that conversation. And I just want to share that this is what I do. And because I have a voice, because I write, because I meditate, because I coach, I discovered through revelation my identity and my purpose. And that is what I do. I'm being true to myself. I love you, Tastina.
I love you.
Thank you for giving me the platform.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that. And I just want to say, if you're listening, just like the enabler, you have your own personal tribe. And maybe sometimes you need someone to look up to. I remember when I first came into this space, and one of the women that I look up to, Renee Noor, I had a conversation with her. When I had the conversation, she had done a lot of things in her life that I wanted to do. For example, she was a fashion fair model back in the day. And I remember I wanted to do that, but I'm 5'7"3/4", and you had to be 5'8". And in our conversation, she was like, well, you should have auditioned anyway, Tina, you might have made it. And she did all these wonderful things, just like Araya. There were many things she wanted to do. So my purpose of saying that is, yes, you want to, support other people, but at the end of the day, how are you going to change the world? Yes, I have Renee with me. Yes, Veronica has joined. Dr. Emerald, are you in the building? Because she was in our space yesterday, and I'm so excited, to have her a part of this community as well. Dr. Emerald, would you like to share what you took away from today regarding your voice and your power? We'd love to hear from you if you're able to speak. If not, it's quite all right. I want to round that off with in-person events. KWP, Kim Walsh-Phillips, has her event this Friday. I'm so excited to be there. I think Babs is going to be there. Are you able to speak, Babs? You have like a minute.
Absolutely. Good morning.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, guys. I'm so glad. I was sitting here listening this morning, and I'm sorry I was a little bit late because I was so busy trying to get my prayers in so I can get myself together for today. But listen, I truly enjoyed what you were saying, and I enjoyed Glenn, and especially identifying, and that's exactly what my top of the prayer this morning was: who are you? And identifying who you are and where you're going and what it is that God has for you and how you're making a statement into this world so others can be able to hear your voice. So that was so impactful, and that's one message that it's just being carried abroad, especially for me. Yesterday I was in the mountains in Vermont, and just sitting down and taking some time to self-reflect and to hear what God is saying, so I can be able to make an impact on this world by being able to first get the voice from above, so I can be able to amplify the voice that is given to be able to go out even further. So I'm very grateful for that, and I'm so looking forward to seeing you guys again on this Saturday. So let's
Thank you. It's Friday. It's Friday, by the way, just to let you know. No worries. But again, all about sharing your voice. I'm doing an event with Dr. Dale in Florida, one with Mary Lynn. And Dora Maria, were you in the Bahamas this weekend? I see she's got a picture with Lisa.
I am still here.
Girl! And wait a minute, is she that, I'm not going to say short, but you're like the same height. Is she your height? Because if so,
I love that.
So I guess my picture's a lie, guys, because I wasn't there. But I'm so excited you're in the Bahamas. All right, crew, my time is up. I hope you enjoyed today. September 5th, is that when he's coming back? Is that what we're all shouting about? Let me look. Nope, September 4th. September 4th. Mark your calendars. I am Stars Tina. Click that link at the top to join me this weekend for my Elevate Your Business when we're talking about your voice is your vibe. Veronica, thank you for coming through. Renee, thank you for coming through. Everyone that spoke today, you are amazing. I am your life and health coach here every single morning, 5 a.m. to kick in the doors. I'm throwing the microphone up in the air. Who's going to catch it?
What do you think?
Mary Lynn. Good.